Some say plant is life. There's something that it does to our souls. Yeah. So yes, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that feature. Moving on, we have our relationship segment, and we will be discussing marital productivity hacks and staying accountable to your spouse with Abisola Buari. She's a life, relationship, and accountability coach. You are welcome to the show.
Having me. Good
Thanks
morning.
for being here. Good morning. Now let's dive right into it. Marital productivity hacks. Bells are going off in my head because I'm like, productivity hacks, marital productivity. Okay, so talk to us about what marital productivity hacks are.
Okay, like productivity hacks are those things you do to navigate being overwhelmed and getting stuck in your relationship.
Okay.
So these are the things you do on daily basis that keep your relationship with your spouse thriving, and at the end of the day, your overall life with fulfillment.
Okay, so is this something that you do every day? Is it like a routine?
Yes, it is a routine.
Okay.
It's a routine that eventually becomes an habit.
Okay.
Because when you do something over time, it becomes part of you and it becomes so seamless.
Okay, now that you have established that, let's break it down to what some of these productivity hacks are in regards to our finances, in regards to our emotional lives as a couple, in regards to our lives as our spirituality as well. Let's break it down to how, these hacks are related in, these different facets.
Okay, like these acts, I'm going to start with open communications.
Okay.
You know, like that's communication is something that we have to keep emphasizing on. When communication is open, then I know what is going on in my spouse's life. He knows what I'm trying to block out any kind of assumptions, because when I'm not talking and you start thinking, could it be this, could it be that, assumption, and that will lead to misconceptions and quarrels. So we have to be clear on communications. If I want to, my spirituality, I want to improve my spirituality now. I want to go on a fast and I want to abstain from intimacy with my spouse. So I have to communicate that. Then also, we have to be able to work together as couples. Let's focus on each other's strengths. So what I know I can't do as a chore in the house, and it happens to be one of his own strengths, he should be able to do it freely.
Okay.
That is going to help improve our productivity. Then honesty too is another hack. Let's be truthful, let's be honest. So if I'm going through stuff, let me tell you. If you have offended me and I'm hurt, even when you say sorry and I still find it hard to forgive you, let me be expressive. Let me tell you that I'm still...
This is how I feel.
Yes, this is how I feel. So until you are clear that, okay, we are good, then we can move on to the next stage.
Okay, let's talk about accountability, because I have come to realize that some of us find it difficult to be accountable to our partners, right? We would rather find that accountability outside of our relationships, with our friends, with our colleagues, with, business partners, right? It depends on the area of your life that you want to be accountable for and to, right? So how do we stay accountable to your partner, and why is it important?
Accountability is very, very important, in as much as I'll agree that there are some areas of your life that you want another person to hold you accountable. However, there are some areas that your spouse have to hold you accountable. Talking about intimacy, like you have to be open. So your spouse you have to be accountable to him about your sexual life. And then talking about finance, I know that this is something that...
Exactly. It's a gray area. A lot of relationships.
We have people not wanting to disclose their worth.
And women have been found to be wanting in that regard.
Wow. So I'll say that in as much as you want to keep, maybe for personal reasons, whatever you're going to declare, you have to be ready to be held accountable for what you are declaring. I know there's going to be boundaries. So if you agree together that, let's say I'm telling my husband now that my revenue for the year is 5 million naira. So I should be ready to be held accountable on how I spend that 5 million naira. So that is very, very crucial, because if I'm not accountable, that's when we start having issues of maybe you are wasteful, you are stingy. Like, you get some wife complaining that my husband is very stingy. He has this money, but it's
not
lack of
sharing it.
accountability. But when we carry ourselves along, and I know that, okay, you're making that 5 million, and I break it down to you, at the end of the day, you might even feel like this 5 million naira is not enough. So I want to be supporting you with extra cash to help you improve your baby girl lifestyle.
Ooh, okay.
So, like, I feel like there are benefits in it. Then your spiritual life to a certain extent, you have to be held accountable to your spouse, your health, your fitness. You have to be held accountable to your partner. So when we are talking about fun and recreation too, like, you have to be held accountable. I know that we can categorize that. You can have time out with the girls, you can have family time, you can have me time, then vacation and all of that. So you have to break all of these things down. So when it's time out with the girls, he knows that this time is for the girls. He's not going to come
encroach into
yes,
that
it's not going
space
to
or
come
that
in
time.
between. And when it is his own
his
time
time.
to, you understand, and you not start assuming maybe there's kind of cheating or something. So accountability is very, very important, but the parties have to agree on what they want to be held accountable for.
Now, you mentioned boundaries earlier on, and some relationship experts would say there should not be boundaries. Boundaries should never exist in a relationship, in a marriage, situation. What do you say?
The map is not the territory. All that you know is not all that there is to know. So what works for me? The means to justify the end. At the end of the day, we all want a healthy and harmonious relationship. So if I know that setting boundary is going to give me that, why not? I'll go for it. So it's something that will work for you. Like husband and wife are two different persons coming to work together, and they were brought up in different environments. So you cannot force what I don't want on me. So if I feel like this is a line you must not cross. So in marriage, yes, I welcome it. For me, if it's going to work, and if I'm working with any client and they feel like we don't, they agree, we don't want boundaries, we want to work together, then fine, in as much as that is going to give them the harmonious and healthy relationship they desire.
So basically, just go for what works
for you.
Thank you so much. This has been quite insightful. Now we know about marital productivity hacks and why it is very important for every relationship and marriage.
Thank you.
And that's it on the relationship segment. We'll go on a quick break now, people. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Stay with us.